Hey everyone, my name is Jakobi, and I am your Saturday person on this channel. I'm gonna go ahead and do my introduction. I'm 27 years old. I'm a trans guy. I've been on testosterone for 11 months. It'll be officially 11 months on the 5th, which is day after tomorrow, and I'm actually filming on Sunday because Saturday my computer wasn't working for crap, and I had to find out if I could upload videos using my iPhone. So, with that actually being successful, I'm recording on my iPhone now. I really wanted to do this channel because I really want to be informative. Because if it wasn't for YouTube, I probably wouldn't have had the guts to come out and transition. Because I thought that I was the only one. And it took videos and it took people who were informative in coming out with their own stories that made me really realize that I wasn't alone. And I hope to be that type of person for someone else. I'm engaged. I live in Kansas, the Midwest, and Tornado Alley. Weather has been crazy. Within the past week, we have had rainstorms, sunny, beautiful weather, and snow. So you can only find that in Kansas, I guess. So, oh, and pardon my crazy peacock hair right now. I got out of the shower and I didn't brush my hair and it dried funny. So now, unless I re-wet it and put it down, I'm going to have an alfalfa piece. So, like I said earlier, I'm engaged. I've been with my fiance 16 months. She's been my partner before and throughout the transition that I'm doing. She was completely supportive about my decision to transition, and she's been my biggest advocate, my rock, and everything that a person could ask for in a partner if they're doing a big step like this. My parents weren't that thrilled about it. I only have my mom. My dad passed away about 6 years ago, and actually 7 years ago now. And it's just been really difficult because he was more accepting of any lifestyle choices that any of us kids have had to make, more than my mom was. And I had to come out 3 times. We're going to go into this week's subject, which is coming out. And I had to come out, you know, 3 times in my life. Between middle school, junior high, and high school. Because, like, depending on where somebody's from, some people don't have middle school and some do. Middle school is considered 7th grade, so I don't know if that's considered junior high anywhere else. Anywhere. I grew up in a pretty conservative part of Texas, and yeah, I came out to them and saying that I liked girls too, and my mom was devastated because, you know, it's such a hard life for people, especially in older generations. My mom witnessed how, gay people were getting treated when she was younger, and she didn't want that to happen to her kids, and we're also Hispanic and Catholic. I don't look it, but older generations in that if you're gay, you're looked really down upon, and that you're dirty and you're a filthy person. And my mom didn't want me to have to deal with that, and you know she grew up to where if you were like that, or if you were, other varieties of something that could be shameful, it was swept under the rug and people didn't talk about it. And then I came out as a lesbian while I was in high school. And again, it was really hard for her because she didn't think that I could be married and have kids. And, I lived that way for 6, 7 years. Um, and then in my mid 20s, I decided to come out genderqueer, and I lived pretty much genderless, and went by a gender neutral name, went by pronouns and everything like that. And then I discovered that there were other people like me, and you know the needing to be the person that I've been on the inside this entire time really came out, and I started therapies and all of that to transition, and I started the therapies right before I turned 25, and I was in therapy for almost a year before I got my T letter, and then got my T letter, and for about 5 months, my doctor saw lab results and saw that my levels were weird, and my estrogen was a lot higher than my natural testosterone. So I was on anti-estrogens, and finally, March 5th of last year, I started testosterone. And, you know, my family hasn't been too keen on the fact that I'm transitioning because they kind of still think that it's a phase. And it's just like, no, this is my life. This is what I've been all of my life. But you're looking on the outside and seeing that I was born female and you don't even question it. But there were signs throughout my entire life. My mom just recently told me that when I was like 4 years old, I have an older brother that's a few years older than I am. And when I was about 4 years old, we had to do like a family picture type thing. And my mom, spent time putting, curls in my hair and putting like bows in my hair. And she was about to put a really pretty, frilly pink dress on me for these pictures. And I screamed and cried, and I told her that I needed to be put in pants like my brother because I was a boy. And I was throwing a fit. I was miserable that entire time. Um, you know, my parents had to coerce me to look decent in those pictures, and it was just a miserable experience. I actually still remember that 23 years later. And yeah, I mean, there have always been signs there. But anyway, let's just get back to the point. My only tip for really coming out is just be yourself. Be completely, honestly, 100% you for you. Also understand that, yeah, people are going to be possibly upset with your decision. They might try and talk you out of it. They might say that, no, you're not like that, or they might frown upon it, or call you names or whatever. But you only have one life, and, you want to live it the best way you can. It took me 25 years to realize that this was something I really wanted to do, and I wasn't going to stop or be stopped by anybody. And I was willing to possibly even get, kicked out of my parents' house, and, not be seen as a part of the family anymore. And, I had a lot on the table that was detrimental, and I decided to go for it anyway. I feel that that was the biggest moment or time of my life that really showed that I could do anything that I wanted to if I really just set my mind to it. And that's the only tip that I really have for coming out. Um, I wrote letters to my family. I was like, this is how it's going to be. I stayed distant from them. And then I had them contact me when they were ready to talk about it. I didn't want to just come out and say it in front of people and then force that much information on them at one point. I wanted them to really um, marinate in it. You know, really just think about what that entails, you know, what's going to change and everything like that. And when it came down to it, when I talked to my mom, I had to make her realize that I was the same person and that I would always be her child. I wouldn't be that little baby girl that she brought home and raised. I was the man that was hidden inside that little girl. And she's starting to kind of get it. Um, she still refuses to call me by my taken name or the pronouns. But my family has come to an agreement that they're not going to do that until things are legal, and that's just because of our culture. So it's just something I have to deal with. But here's me, and I'm willing to answer any questions. I'm really excited to be doing these videos with you guys, and yeah, find me on Tumblr, find me on Instagram, find me on Facebook. I'll try and put my information in the comment section if I could get to it before uploading the video, since I'm doing everything through my phone. And I hope it's successful, and I hope you guys have a good week, and my video will be on time next Saturday. Anyway, take care.